Hey guys, welcome back to Mermaid Bay Tarot. I'm Becca. I thought it'd be really fun to share with you guys. I think I did a tarot haul recently. I didn't quite do an unboxing of the Druid Craft tarot deck, and it's mail today. And I was working on some other things, and I was like, no, I'm going to sit down and I want to work with this deck, but it is quite large. It comes with a beautiful little guidebook. The colors are kind of sepia with the tarot images in here. There's a few different spreads that they have in the book. So they've got the hexagon spread. They've got, maybe is that the only one? Possibly the only one. Again, I said I haven't worked. Okay, so they've got some more at the beginning. Like a little diagram here explaining that. Introduction. So, okay, so there's just one spread. It's a really nice little box. A nice little. This is created by practicing Druids, combines two great streams of Western pagan tradition. Wicca and Druidry, all images have emerged from a vast store of teachings and storytelling rooted in the past. They will help you achieve a closer connection with the natural world and bring you insight and inspiration for the issues you face today. So 78 cards, 80-page guidebook, and I love I love this image. I really bought this deck mostly this image. I do love it. So the deck is quite large. I have large hands, and it's got like maroon and gold, and it's everything on the edges. So it has quite large white borders, and it has green borders as well. So I'm sitting here and I'm like trimming, and I'm like, I would really love to keep the green borders. I think they're really pretty. It still forestry, druid, wilderness woods feeling. But I feel a hard time trimming them and keeping the border even looking. And I can't tell if that's because the borders are not even to begin with, or I just got a new trimmer, because I keep looking at it and it's like a hair off. It seems like this side is a little bit skinnier than this side, and I know it's extremely slight. I have artist background, so cardstock, ink, all that stuff. I haven't upset with it, so I'd like things to be kind of symmetrical and perfect. So I got it from Amazon. I got the Fiskars Sure Cut Triple Track titanium blade coating. I think this was about the virus is getting really bad in our area, so I thought it'd be a really good idea to get extra crafty stuff. And in my downtime, I would have some things that would keep me occupied. And besides, this is a very large deck, and I have a hard time holding it and shuffling it in all that respect. So here, just kind of hold three up. I don't know if I can hold three up. We have the original with the white. See, it's got like white, green, and then it has like a border around the outside of the green border and around the inside of the green border. So then I trimmed it to this, which as I was doing it, a lot of them didn't quite look like they were completely even. So then I trimmed it from this to this, and I feel like the artwork pops. Like, all I can look at is just the artwork. Whereas I do look like I'm looking at the artwork, and then I'm looking off into the distance into the forest, which is kind of cool because if I had two of these decks, I would trim one to make a green border and one to be borderless. And so comment below, let me know, have you trimmed your deck? And did you keep the green borders or did you trim them off? That'd be interesting. I will try to edge this maybe in another time. So I feel like I'm having a slightly hard time keeping them all perfectly even or rough. I've done a much better job at keeping them all the same size. I do apologize. I believe it is my lighting in here because I have a very old home, and I think these are glossy as well, so that might be the problem. The problem is probably that these are glossy. I'm trying to see where I don't capture the light. So there's that is the beautiful artwork, and maybe get a deeper meditation, maybe even a clearer reading. Yeah, I've only probably done maybe a quarter of the deck so far. But I feel like at first when I started trimming the green border off, I was like, oh no, what have I done? And I said, I need to make a video because I don't know if anyone shared keeping the different borders and how different that can look. So again, we've got the white border originally trimmed down to the green. Hold them all. Try to get one that's also trimmed down out the green border. And then as you can see at the bottom, I've trimmed all the way off. So there's a border around the words, and so as I was trimming, if the border was showing up a little bit or maybe not quite fully even, I want to maintain as much artwork as possible. So, and as I was looking at the cards, it was really kind of distracting to just see like a little bit of a black line or green line. So I went back and retrimmed some of them to make sure I don't see any border around the wording or around the artwork without trimming too much of the artwork. So there's a border. You can probably see it better there. So I trimmed just to the left, or the border off around the wording on the outside edges. And so I feel like I got a good result on my cards. Sorry, just so shiny. Here we go. Let's see if I can show you guys what I'm up to here. There's my. So I'm not being super specific. I am starting with the words first. So if this helps anybody when you want to trim this and try and keep it as even as I'm starting with the words and I'm trimming just to the inside of the border. There's like a little black or green border around the words, so I'm trimming that off first, keeping it level with the top. And so I end up with that. And then I put that edge to the top. And I come in and I trim just to the inside of this green border. Sorry. And there's a border right there around the wording of the title. So we're trimming that off as well. Can you see the difference of where I trim the border off? And then we're going to trim it again. Keeping with our straight edge that we trimmed. So just trim that one and we put that to the top. Because some of them have like a sky, a blue sky, so you want to make sure you trim off the border. Otherwise, you'll see it in the sky image. So I'm making sure I trim that inside border off as well. And turning it one more time where the trimmed edge is up here. And we're trimming it to the inside of the border on the title. So one more cut there. And, okay, I've got a corner rounder. So I'm just placing it to the corner, snipping on each corner and rounding each corner off. And I'm not being, like I said, I'm not being super specific about trying to get them exactly the same size. They feel really good that they are really close within the same size. And if there are any that were like a little bit too tall, I was usually a little bit tall right here. And so I had to go back and retrim a few closer to the titles. I left, I guess, a little bit too much there. So that's what I have been up to today. Besides, I got some other packages in the mail, and so I'm making some candles. And I'm waiting on another deck to come in. I ordered this book here, so I'll show you guys in another video about that. So yeah, we're just hanging out at home, having a nice relaxing day, trimming a deck. And I can't wait to work with this deck once it's trimmed because I have a really hard time shuffling it as large as it is. So, other trimmer. So I just went ahead and ordered a brand new one. That way I knew I was going to be working on this is a very thick cardstock as well. It's glossy and coated. So if you are trimming this one, you're going to want a new blade on your trimmer, probably, is what I would suggest. So, yep, so just making sure I got that border off on the title. Those seem to be coming out really good like that. Not sure what I'll do for the edging. A little bit of crafting since they're acid free. There's India inks that someone else was using. That's a little pricey too, so I don't know if I'm going to get those. I must. So I'm trying to decide what I want to edge my decks with. I definitely think it looks really cool to have something on the edge, and I don't really like gilding. I'm not a gilded not a fan of gilding at all. It flakes off, and just not a fan of it. I don't like things to flake off, so anyway, I think these are really cool. It's like a totally different deck when you trim the borders. It just looks so different. I mean, I didn't round this one. I'll show you what it looks like with the green border rounded. It looks really pretty too. choices. I would probably get a second deck of this and trim it once I've gotten a little bit better used to this new trimmer, and trimming it to just the green borders and seeing how different that whole deck looks, trimmed to having green borders and not borderless. So that would be a fun project to do later on. So we don't want to trim off any of the artwork, so I'm just really just trying to trim that border off. Yep. So just hanging out here in the living room to get a new necklace, charm pendant. I ordered a Tibetan turquoise from Tibet to help with healing. So had some health issues recently, and I just thought, I don't have any turquoise. I don't know why I don't have any turquoise, but I don't. And so I ordered this, and it came in this week, and I was so excited. What are y'all up to? Man, I just did not. My hubby and I were thinking things were getting better around here in our town, and we were thinking we might be able to go out and be around people a little bit more. But both of us do have autoimmune disorders as well, so being around people right now is not a good idea. So anyway, we do stay busy. We work from home. Make little videos. I share what I'm doing, or I share what I'm up to on my Instagram. I hang out mostly on Instagram, chatting with other crafters and other people that I'm friends with there. I am on different social media. I do put my link down below, and my Etsy shop is Becca's by the Bay. It is all mermaid stuff, all handmade and natural, and we're adding a few more witchy items to the shop. I did just get a new mold that came in today. I've been waiting months for, and I'm super excited to bring it to the shop. I think it's really cool. So I'm doing a test candle of that mold today to see how it's gonna work out. I thought I'd be able to still use the cotton wick, but the way the mold came, when I'm putting the wick in, they put it in reverse. So I thought like the top of my mold would be open, so I could pull the wick up through the top and pour my candle in. Well, they have it the reverse, so I was trying to figure out how I could put my cotton waxed wick through the bottom, and it kept like, even though I had the candle holder wick thing on it, it still kept like floating to the side. It was driving me crazy. So I have a wooden wick that I put in it instead. So we're waiting for that candle to set up so I can like test burn and see how it'll be. So I'm super excited. I don't know anyone else that has this mold for candles, and it's just really cool. So it reminds me of like Nightmare Before Christmas's Sally's, like our potion bottles. It's like a potion bottle, but it's a perfume bottle shape. It's got some beautiful design on it that's scroll work, and there's like little skulls, and I'm just so excited for it. Excited for it. I know there's some goddess ones and Mother Gaia, and I'm trying to decide which mold I wanted to get, and I really like the potion bottles because I love crafting stuff. Bottles that are candles that you can burn. I think that'd be really fun. So I'm trying to like mull over ideas of which fragrances I would like to use for that. I've got one called Persephone. Persephone's Kiss. Really, really good. I haven't used that one in a soap yet, so I've been saving it for a candle. And I'm just sitting here trying to think about what other scents of negative energy. I've done gemstone crystal candles. We have angel candles. Like if you've lost a pet or a loved one, we have like a remembrance candle. It's been a rough 2 years for a lot of people. So we've had some friends that have passed away. So I made candles for them, for their loved ones, and we gave out candles to our friends that lost someone over the last few years. They really appreciate getting that. So, I'm working on some new labels in my Etsy shop. We milk soaps with the goat milk as well for new moms that gave birth, and they wanted a soap that they can give the baby. So then they bring me that in a bag that's frozen. I make them a custom soap. The newest mom that came to us wanted our shower gel, our baby wash shower gel and shampoo. That's a liquid. She wanted some bar soap, so I'm working on some goals for that. And I always end up with, like, a bunch of good labels, like 3 or 4 designs, and then I'm like, oh man, I can't choose. I like them all. So I posted on my Facebook page to my friends and in my business page, which one do you guys like? Because I'm not good at deciding when I do this. I come up with these labels or designs, and I think they're all really cool. I just have a hard time choosing which one I like. So. The garden, we're getting ready to pull stuff out of the garden. Our garden is really, really here, South Texas. The heat wave has been, August is the worst. I just feel like the melting suns are hanging on that are still growing. We've got some loofah growing, bath scrubby loofahs, and we've got okra. And we have our fruit trees. Still have some pepper plants hanging on, but kind of sick of peppers already. I didn't plant enough bell pepper, and I have tons of like banana pepper plants growing in the yard. Working on some other stuff. I know we got some other things we need to do today, and then we'll be getting ready for our fall garden. We plant here in September for South Texas Zone 9B, and I'm getting excited for fall. Like, I want to start planting our carrots and our beets and our onions. I don't think it actually gets cool here. Every year I keep thinking and hoping for fall weather because I originally grew up in New England. But honestly, it doesn't get cool temperatures here till like late November. And December feels really beautiful. And then by the end of January, it's time to start our spring garden again, and it's already really warm weather. So we have a really short, like fall weather. So we try to enjoy as much of it as we can because it just feels like it's just way too short. I would like it to be a little cooler, a little longer. The plants would too. So. What are you guys excited for fall? Or if it, I mean, I know people are all in different parts of the world and stuff like that, so they actually there have fall while we have summer, so that's always interesting. I'm always like really jealous of everyone that's got cool weather right now. So hot. We've got some Palo Santo wood in our shop, in the Etsy shop as well. I do some wood burning on that. There's a few other crafts that I wanted to work on over the fall to bring to our shop that are a little bit more witchy, that are handcrafted with some wood burning. What else is new? I'm trying to think. Not much new going on. We're just taking a slower day today. Hubby and I have just been really busy like the past 2 years. Like I mean, because we work from home, we didn't get off or anything like that. We do our own thing, but we just didn't stop working. Like the last 2 years, we never got a vacation. We just didn't really get to. We're just nonstop working every day, pretty much. So I don't know. We sat down and talked about it, and I've had to follow up with my doctors, and I was like, we need to just kind of like make sure we're taking care of our health really good, and um, I mean, we always stay busy, but I just felt like we've been like extra like the last 2 years. We've been like time is always kind of like a break time. Everybody else is on vacation, and I just have regular customers that shop with us. Things usually start picking up again once September comes. So September through December is like a really big holiday shopping time in my shop. So we'll see how busy we are this season. Last year was pretty wild. So I think I'm mostly stocked up on everything. Um, there's a few things I need to work on. So we thank all of you who shop with us. Um, Pretty awesome. Gotten to know a lot of our customers over the years. So oh my gosh. So like this week I was on eBay and I was looking for a greenie soft deck and I thought I found one. I did, and it was like around $50 to start. And then I guess because it was an auction style. And then the last 3 days, right? The last 3 days, everybody else found it too. So it ended up, I didn't get it. I let it go because I was just like, I don't video the one I did choose. That's around $20. This one sold for 100 and I think $110, $115. So congratulations to whoever won the auction because $20 tops. And I know they go for more than my budget right now, I'm just trying to be really like, I don't want to spend a ton of money on decks. And I have spent some good amount of money choosing the decks that I wanted to work with this year. So I'm trying to be really picky about and mindful about my choices. So I found a really good Thoth deck. When it comes in, I will share it with you guys. It is by AGM. I have another deck. Another deck by AGM that I really love. This is the AE weight one, and this is a really beautiful deck. AGM Urania version. And it's got the orange backs. It's really beautiful. So yeah, I forgot to even show you guys. There's the comparison of, there's a regular standard tarot deck compared to this Druid craft one. It's almost a full inch larger on the top and on the side than your tarot deck, regular standard tarot deck. There's a difference in the image. I mean, it's huge. So here's it trimmed down to a green border, which is probably, I didn't get my ruler, but it looks more to be like just under maybe 5/8 of an inch border if you trim it down to the green. And then when you trim it down to be borderless, maybe like a 16 of an inch, a little bit, not really good. I probably would still like it, even though if it was trimmed to just the green border. I think it's a really workable size. Here's the difference. Trying to hold them. I think this is a nice workable size. So, yeah. Like the AGM, they do a really quality print with their inks and their line work and with their cardstock. So I really like the AGM quality tarot decks. My trimming. We were watching Hulu for a while. I was watching Vikings, and I loved every season of it. I can't believe they left us hanging at season 6. So I don't know when they're going to do another season of Vikings. I didn't see a whole lot else to watch on Hulu, so if you guys are watching anything on Hulu, put it in the comments below. I'm always interested in checking out something that would be a good movie or good show. We don't watch that many. We have Netflix, but we haven't really watched anything on Netflix in a while. So I just figured I would get back into crafting more this fall. So that's why I'm thinking of picking up the Prismacolor markers or the India inks and seeing how some of that edging works on the decks. I have a lot of different micas and glitters to begin with, and I know one of the girls, one of the channels, she added some mica or glitters to the India inks, and it made a really pretty shimmer on the edge of the decks. So I really liked that look. So I'm really torn. Do I get the Prisma markers or do I get the India inks? The India inks would be a little more messy to work with and probably a little more time consuming than the Prisma markers. If there's any other kind of markers out there that would be really good for edging, let me know. Thought about doing a spooky video last night since it's Friday the 13th. We ended up I was making stuff last night, and then we made cookies. We made some gluten-free chocolate chip cookies with walnuts, and we put some music on and danced, and we hung out in the garden with our puppy. So that was our evening, hanging out here. I think I have everything. I ordered some decks for fall. Like last year, I didn't have any decks for fall, like that I was like specifically spooky or other than the Nightmare Before Christmas. I really liked that one. here. And on sale, or I found them for a good price. So yeah, I'm really excited for fall to have a few more themed decks to kind of work with. Thought that would make a good video to just share. So if you've got some fall decks that you really love, put them in the comments below. I'd love to go look them up and check them out. Only about halfway to the deck. I probably won't stay on here for the whole deck trimming. I just figured I'd pop on here, kind of hang out, show you guys the differences in trimming it, and which do you like better? Do you like it better trimmed down to the green, no borders, or do you like the deck the way it is, the way they printed it up with, you know, the white and green borders? It does make a larger deck to work with. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Somehow I thought this deck was smaller until literally I was like, oh, that's right, this is a large one. So I'm really digging the Borderless. And I'm kind of curious about what I would edge this in. Since it's like a Druid deck, I might, even though the backs are cranberry, I kind of wish the backs were brown. I feel like if it's an earthy decking. I like the green. I like, it throws me off that this is like a cranberry color. So I'm thinking I should edge it in like a bronze or a bronzy brown. The titles are in a brown, like a dark brown. It's not, well, I definitely use brown. That is definitely a brown title. So I'm thinking maybe bronze. I see a whole lot of differences in the colors as I'm looking at the deck. It's just very earthy. So you see like blue sky, some are green. I don't know if I would want to do different edge colors, because this is a wands card with a lot of blue sky, right? So it's not like a cups that you would think I would do cups in a blue or something. So here's a cups card. I'm thinking bronze would be like a really pretty color to edge this in. Well, pretty good. They're mostly the same size. Some are a little taller, a little shorter than others, but for the most part, all of them are the same width on the side. So I'm really happy with how this is trimming. And I think it'll be really fun to work with it once I get the whole thing trimmed up. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up, comment, like, or subscribe, or share your thoughts. And we'll see you guys next time in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Mermaid Bay Tarot.